according to kids. I think we came up with Mother's Day. This is truly from my heart. Because mothers do so much. They raise you. Without your mothers, you wouldn't even be born right now.
So one day there was a mother that had 15 children.
Mother Van Dinkelson.
She worked so hard. She was like, woo! I work so hard, and I think other mothers do too. We need a special day just for us. We get the whole day off.
There was a newspaper, and it said, "Come to a meeting, only mothers."
Do your kids say that they like the stuff that you do for them? No, not even one thing. Well, mine do, but we should still invent something. Yeah, why not we can make Mother's Day?
Yes, a day for mothers. On Mother's Day, they have to respect us.
OMG, you're so a good thinker.
Okay, my kids are ready. Respect me.
Mine do too. Well, my kids do the laundry for me. What? Laundry? They will go to the Prime Minister and they say, we say thank you to our moms, so why can't we celebrate our moms? And then the Prime Minister says, there is no more room for holidays. But then his mother comes in and says, I do a lot for you. You have to celebrate me. And the Prime Minister said, okay, sure, I guess there's room for one more holiday.
Good morning, church, and happy Mother's Day to all our mothers and mum figures and grandmums. Hopefully you've started your day well, got a hot drink of choice, and lots of loving, encouraging messages from friends and family.
If you're visiting with us this morning, nā mai, haere mai, e whio mai, and welcome to Burwood Christian Centre. I'm Pastor Mana, and this is Pastor Nigel.
We're sorry we're not together yet in person, but hopefully it won't be too far away. Hopefully next week or the week after, we'll be able to meet as a church worshipping together. And for those who have been visiting us online but haven't yet actually been in one of our services, we really look forward to meeting you and hope that you will be able to come along once we're meeting again. So we do encourage you to plan to be with us in the future so we can get to know you better.
A few happy birthday shout outs to some people. Boston Holtain celebrated his 13th birthday on Wednesday, and Steve Ripley had his 78th birthday yesterday, and Joshua Melville celebrates his 20th birthday today. Happy birthday, lads! And a special mention to Dave and Lottie, who had their 3rd wedding anniversary on the 15th of April, and Bob and Max also celebrated their anniversary this month. Congratulations and blessings to you all.
In today's service, we have some special messages from our children for our mothers that's coming up, and thank you, fathers, for all the help you've had provided in pulling those together. But before we do that, we've got some notices for the week ahead.
First, our love and condolences go out to the Smith and Tucker families who farewelled their grand and great-granddad, Papa Arthur, early yesterday morning. Arthur passed away surrounded by his family and loving wife, Carol. Arthur was 100 years old, but he was always greeting people with cheerful smiles, big handshakes, and checking in on how others were.
He'd come along to a number of our services over the years and was a regular at Live Community Centre, where he'll be sorely missed. We will miss you, Papa Arthur. Your smile and your love has left us a beautiful legacy to walk in. Haere rā for now, Arthur. Because we can't gather yet in large groups for funeral services, if you would like to write a memorial card for Arthur, and we can pass that on to his wife Carol. So if you'd like to do that, just fill that out, send it into our letterbox 52 Bassett Street, Burwood, Christchurch 8083. That's 52 Bassett Street. We'll collect up those cards and we'll pass them on to Carol.
And now for the news.
This week for BCC, we have a Wednesday night prayer meeting at 7:30 p.m. via Zoom. Also on Friday morning at 7:30 a.m. we have a prayer meeting via Zoom as well. Those details and links have been sent to you via email, but they'll also be posted on Facebook.
Speaking of Facebook, we have also started up a new Legacy Rehoming Goods page. This is a page where you can post items that are in your home that are still in good working order or good condition but you wish to rehome. So you can contact me or see our Facebook page and we will join you up.
And now for the latest pandemic report, we're heading to specialist correspondent Nigel Ripley in the field. How are things going over there, Nigel? Thanks, Nigel. Yes, I'm here in New Zealand in the middle of a global pandemic called COVID-19. And as you can see, the site is just devastated. Who could have believed that such a small virus could cause so much devastation? Whole house is missing, debris everywhere. Really, this is shocking. Nigel, I don't think that was the pandemic. I think that's just our facility redevelopment demo site.
Nigel, is there someone there who's a little bit more helpful on actually reporting on the pandemic?
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I have found someone helpful. We're going to go to Mana Ripley.
We're currently in Alert Level 3, but tomorrow around 4 p.m. the Prime Minister will announce what level the country will be moving to. Hopefully it's Level 2. Under Alert Level 2, children will return to school, shops and restaurants will open, bubbles will pop, and groups of up to 100 will be able to meet again. But wherever you go, make sure you stay 1 metre apart. As soon as we know what date we are able to meet again, we will let you know how and when our services and community programs will run again. For now, back to the studio.
Thanks, Mana. In other news, the church's Legacy Community Centre redevelopment is back in full swing, with Jason and his crew working hard on site, preparing the old chapel hall for redevelopment. The stage and baptism pool were removed this week. The steel beams for the new office floor were welded into place. And the timber for the joists and floor were delivered to site. And over the next 2 to 3 weeks, you'll also see the Nicholas room take shape with new windows and roof being installed. So things are really taking shape. Thank you to all those who've given financially to the facility redevelopment. We encourage you just to keep on giving because we're building a legacy for future generations. Also regarding giving, we want to encourage you to consider giving to the Vanuatu cyclone recovery. While the world was in lockdown for the pandemic, Vanuatu also had to brace themselves for a Category 5 cyclone that hit them on April 6th. It's caused widespread damage throughout a number of islands, including Pentecost, where we've had a team before. So we're encouraging people to give to this appeal, and we'll collect up those funds and give it directly to our contact who works in Pentecost to ensure that the funds get to help those who are most in need. See our website if you haven't given before to BCC. There's information there about donating. Just make sure that you use the reference VGV for the Vanuatu appeal, and we'll make sure all those funds get directly deposited into accounts in Vanuatu. And that is the BCC News for Sunday, 10th of May. For all our mothers out there, a huge thank you today for all that you do for us and for our communities. So often your work and your efforts, your sacrifices go unrewarded, yet they are so deserving. And I think that's why God added into the commandments that we must honour our mothers. They obviously deserve honour, but the commandments ensure that we get round to giving that honour that's due. Throughout this week, some of our children have made a great effort to get to do that. They have taken time to record messages for their mums, and their dads have been helping. Big thanks to the dads. Here's what they had to say when the children were asked, what would be your mum's dream Mother's Day?
I love
about Mum, because she's awesome Mum and for Mother's Day, and she loves chocolate, and she takes lots of care of me and Jackson. Thank you. And she's the best Mum in the world. And love you, Mum. And she... What? And she really, really, really wants me, Jasmine, and me to do good stuff for Mum, and it's great having Mum here. Bye, Mum.
Mum, her dreams Mother's Day would be not doing any tasks, not doing the dishes, not doing the toilets, not doing mopping, and not doing vacuuming, and definitely not doing the washing. My mum's ultimate thing would be probably hanging out with us, having a nice coffee, playing with us, and being really good for us, and being really nice. And thank you for watching, and I hope so my mum is watching this, and I love her so much. Thank you.
What do you think Mum wants to do on Mother's Day?
Go to the pool with me.
And what do you love most about Mum?
Cleaning the windows.
I think Mum would like breakfast in bed and not do anything. What I love about Mum is her cooking and how she looks after us. I think Mum would want to go out with Dad for lunch and come back to a tidy house. And what I love about Mum is that when I ask to pray with her, she would just let me pray with her, and I just love her.
We love you, Mum.
There's a billion mums in the world, but only one's the best, and that's my mummy.
Nova?
I love you, Mum. Happy Mother's Day, Mummy. Thank you for making a 3-tier cake with me. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for helping me make my space rocket. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for sticking up with me when I get when we have to watch sports. Happy Mother's Day, Bronwyn. Thank you for reading through the Bible with me. So we say, Mother's, so we sing Mother, and I wish say thank you. It's Mother's Day.
Yeah, we should do that. What would you like to say thank you for?
Thank you for Mother's Day.
Thank you for Mother's Day. And what's special about Mother's Day?
Do some drawing and some tatting and make Play-Doh.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
To ask her today.
Okay.
On Mother's Day, Mum would probably like to take a nap. On Mother's Day, Mum will probably sit in the bath and read a book.
Paxton, what would Mum like to do for Mother's Day, do you think?
I don't know. Mum will probably like to eat some chocolate.
Yeah.
Big voice?
Cheese!
Cheese!
My mother's dream mother would be chocolate.
And what would Mummy like lots of?
Bananas.
Bananas! Who's that?
Who's that? Who's that there?
Dida.
No, who's with Dada?
Dida.
Mama.
Dida. Dee.
Who's that?
Nana.
Daddy and?
Awesome job, kids, and thanks very much to the dads that helped as well. I do pray that for all our mothers and grandmothers and mother figures that you'd feel loved, encouraged today, no matter what situation that you're in. And for those who today are remembering a mother or grandmother who's passed on, our thoughts are with you. If you have lost a loved one recently, I remember the words that a very famous mother passed on to her grandsons. Queen Elizabeth II told William and Harry that grief is the price we pay for love. It's always hard living with the loss left behind when a loved one dies. But it's important to remember that the depth of those feelings is a reflection of how much we have been blessed in our relationships. Today we give thanks to God for the blessing we have in those God has given us both past and present. I know in my life there have been many women who have made an undeniable impact on my life and in my formation. Some were related to me and some weren't. It really does take a village to raise a child. The old apostle Paul was encouraging a young leader, Timothy, to be faithful in the service that God had called him to. And here's what Paul wrote to Timothy. He said, "I'm reminded of your sincere faith, which first lived in your grandmother Lois and in your mother Eunice, and I am persuaded now lives in you also. For this reason, I remind you to fan into flame the gift of God which is in you." I know for my father that when he was young, his life wasn't heading in a positive direction, but he remembers that his mother was always praying for him. And eventually he experienced God's grace in his life, and it has changed him forever. And the legacy of his mother's love, faith and prayers, and my mother's love, faith and prayers, have been what has shaped my life and my children's life as well. Ladies, God delights in hearing and responding to your prayers. What you think, what you feel, what you want for your loved ones is important to God. Never stop sharing your heart with Him and asking Him for help. The Bible reminds us to cast all our worries on Him because He cares for us. That's 1 Peter 5. And also, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition with thanksgiving present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4, verses 6 to 7. So ladies, thank you for all the prayers that you have prayed for others because of your genuine love and concern. I know many of us men have been pulled out of trouble because of some lady somewhere was praying for us. I know I certainly have. So I say thank you. As I close this Mother's Day service, I want to encourage everyone, especially men, to go deeper in prayer. Don't be satisfied with the standard that you've had in the past. Prayer isn't just what words we post away to God. Prayer is a divine exchange between the created and the Creator. It can be the still place where our spirit draws near to God's Spirit. Much of our prayer comes out of our soul, our thinking, our emotions, and our desires. These are good and right, and we're encouraged to bring these to God, who cares about us. Our world, our communities, our families need these prayers to be continually made so that the power of the kingdom of heaven would invade the reality and needs of earth. And that's why Jesus taught people to pray to the Father, "Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." But also, prayer is the internal meeting place where you can quiet the soul and discover a deeper communion, spirit to spirit. Often in that place, there is no need for words. That's where who we are gets to experience who God is. I believe this is what God meant in Psalm 46 when it says, "Be still and know that I am God." It didn't say, "Get busy and talk." Prayer can be the deepest ocean of discovery, not just an activity, but a place for experiencing and knowing God. So do keep bringing your requests to God. He tells us to do that because He does care and He does have power to help. But also commit to going deeper in prayer, to the place of connection and experience that you may not have known before. There is more. Prayer can be as boring or supernatural as you make it. You decide by the amount of space and time that you make for being still before God. Whether you're in your lounge or your bedroom or on the beach or in a park, put some worship music on, close your eyes and just say, "I'm here, Lord." Then be still. Enjoy resting in His goodness. And the more that you do that, the deeper you will go and the more you'll discover His voice and His presence in that place. There is more. God rewards those who diligently seek Him. May the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord smile on you and be gracious to you. And may the Lord show you His favour and give you His peace.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. And all my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You will live.